to Kaylee Photography. This is my new YouTube channel. This is only our second video. I am Kaylee. I am the owner and photographer here at Kaylee Photography, and I am so happy that you have come across my channel. If you're new here, just as many of you probably are as we're a new channel, I would appreciate it if you gave us a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and commented down below some more videos that you would like to see with wedding content. So without further ado, let's just get right into the video. In this video, I wanted to go ahead and address some of the questions that a lot of our couples come into our meetings at first, the initial consultation, and they're really not sure what to ask, just because it's not every day that you hire a wedding photographer or come across wedding vendors and having to scout through who you're gonna hire. So there's obviously a lot left unsaid. Okay, so the very first question is, what is it like to work with you on our wedding day? So I think it's really important for the couple to know exactly how the wedding day is going to go about. I think it's important for them to know what to expect, as this is one of the most important days of their life, and obviously if they're hiring a vendor who's going to work so closely with them throughout the whole day, it's kind of important for them to know how you work and kind of what your approach to photography is. So this might be something that they are able to grasp from looking at your work, but it's really important to walk them through what you do on a day, from the moment that you get there to the moment that you leave. So I think this is a really important question for couples to begin asking when they're looking for the right person to photograph their wedding. All right, number 2, this is a very important question, as all of these really are, but this one I think is really important if you are interested in seeing what your final product is gonna look like. A lot of people hire a wedding photographer obviously for the final product, which is the full wedding gallery that they can look back on for the rest of their lives. So I think it's really important that they ask to see other people's final galleries, because obviously you're not gonna know what your wedding day is gonna look like, but it gives you a glimpse into how the galleries usually go. So for me, a lot of my galleries kind of have the same poses or prompts, and you're going to see a lot of similarities between the galleries, even if the venues and the details of their wedding day are very different. So I think it's important to not just look at the highlight moments on someone's Instagram feed, but rather see an entire gallery, which is what you will get at the end of your wedding day. And then to go along with that, number 3 is, what is your timeline or delivery frame for the gallery? So a lot of people will understand for photographers that there's really, unless you come home and have nothing else to do and you're working all day all night on it, you're not going to be able to get the wedding gallery into their hands like the very next day. There's going to be a turnaround time, and so this varies across the board with all types of photographers. So it's really important to ask and to just be prepared and to know what you're expecting to wait. I have a lot of couples who really aren't worried about it because they're going on a honeymoon for 2 weeks or something, and they're not even going to be looking at their phones, or maybe even in the country. So a lot of people, I think in today's day and age, are a little bit more instant gratification, so they want to see those photos, they want to post them. And some photographers will do what's called a sneak peek, which is where you deliver like a certain amount of photos for one like key moment from each of the parts of the day, between 24 to 72 hours after the wedding day. A lot of photographers have started to do this to kind of cope with instant gratification. So this is something that I do with a lot of my couples, where I will send them the sneak peek so that they can post on Instagram and Facebook and share with their families who may not have been able to be there, whatever the case may be. So that's something you should definitely ask, is when you will be receiving that gallery. And then for number 4, this is important if you're kind of like an anxious bride or a worrywart, or you just kind of like want to be prepared for the worst possible scenario. What happens if there's an emergency and either the wedding is canceled or the photographer for whatever reason can't make it? So a lot of professional photographers that you're hiring will have a contract that will, have the verbiage for whatever scenario this may be. But a lot of the times, couples just want to know that if you can't be there, or if there's an emergency, that they're still going to have a wedding photographer, that they're still going to be covered, and they're still going to get the photos that represent their day. So for me, I have what's called an associate team, which is a bunch of other photographers that I trust, maybe people who are actually a part of my team, or it may just be other photographers in the area that I have really good vendor relationships with. And so they would be the ones to cover the wedding for me, take the photos, and then they would just give me the memory card or whatever form. They might send them to me through internet or whatever, but I would have the photos even though I didn't take them and I wasn't there on the wedding day, and I would edit them so that the couple would still have their special day documented, but it would still be in my style as if I was there. So they may not be able to shoot exactly like me, but when choosing your associate team, you try to pick people who shoot similarly to you so that your couples feel like they're being shot by you. So this is a very simple, probably self-explanatory question when it comes to booking your photographer, because it's different across the board as well. But a lot of the times people do not realize like how they're going to pay or like what the process is like, because again, they're not booking people like this on a daily basis, so everything's different. I think a lot of people realize that most things are virtually or digitally done nowadays, but for me, we have an online system that's booking that they can go in and pay through a portal, so it's all easily set up. But there are plenty of people who are still maybe old school that want to use checks or whatever, and they're gonna have a lot of questions on how to do this. So it's just really important, A, as a couple, to ask how this is going to work and to know that your money is protected, and B, as a photographer or wedding vendor, to know how to explain this before your couples really even have to ask, so that they're prepared and ready to sign the contract and pay so that they can book you for their special day. Alright y'all, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was very insightful if you are planning your wedding this year. Remember that all of these things will just give you a very broad concept of who your photographer is and how their process works, so that you can be as prepared and informed as possible when making the decision that is hiring your wedding photographer. So if you like this video or you want to see more videos like this, subscribe down below, like it, give me a comment what you think. I love to hear from y'all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!